John Archer, General Manager here at Bluff Harbor Marina. I have my own store, Archer Auto Marine, in town. That was a successful dealership also. Bluff Harbor was struggling a bit with decent management. And it's made sense in this environment to take two entities and put them together and make one strong one versus fighting each other. Okay, so that's why I came on board. I knew a lot of things this place needed coming in on board. John Bills, the harbor master, was here a year before me. He's done a great job in the PR area prior to me getting here.
You know, I kind of gravitated toward this. I had a boat, and the marina had lost its manager. He was going on to do different things, and I was fully employed elsewhere. But I thought, well, you know, I thought I could do it with the assistance that we had here, and I was doing it kind of part-time. And my first goal was to set out customer service. I missed dealing with customers, and my other job was more logistics. And you know, since I've moved on from that one, but I really missed the retail aspect.
This year has been phenomenal as far as sales. We're pretty much out of boats, and we have plenty to start with, and everything's been rocking from sales to convenience store, parts, accessories, service. Our slips have never been 102% full, which they are now.
You know, when I started 3 years ago, we had maybe 67 slips out of the 150 filled, and this year we are 100% full. We're putting them on the ends of docks at half price because we're getting a half a slip. So we've been able to show the value of it by customer service and by being really responsive to our customers' needs.
And obviously the slip rental is a very profitable avenue here. We have over 130, depending on how you want to configure them. We have all sorts of different price ranges. You know, we have lower end stuff. People are fine with paying $700 a year for it. Then we have nice stuff. We have boathouses. We have covers and lifts and things like that. And people fight over the cover slips and the lift slips. We have waiting lists for them every year, for sure. We made some changes this year and got rid of some crappy ones and moved the good one around and reconfigured it. It's in a position now where we can continue roofing it for cover slip, which brings more money. Also, by moving that dock, we also allowed some bigger boats that were having a hard time getting into their slip, easier access into their slip, which made them very, very happy.
We are the only convenience store on the water, and the only place where you can get gas on the water. And we have our slip holders, and they're the most important thing to us. But we also have our service customers, and we have our C-store customers, which come in and over the weekend they get gas and pop and beer and ice, that type of thing. So we've cleaned out a lot of the older boats that were around and helped people get their boats repaired that weren't running, that were afraid to get them repaired before. So now they're back to boating, which is good. You know, the fact that where it's at on this pool 19 is the biggest pool on the Mississippi River, where there's locks and dams. So the fact that we're really the only, you know, there's a place in Keokuk, Fort Madison, but we'd have to be probably the major stop because of our proximity to Lock and Dam 18.
We'll get people doing the Great Loop. People just doing simple stuff. We get a lot of canoers and kayakers that stop here.
Even last year, during the flooding of 2019, we had 100 days of floods. The water was right at our doorstep for quite a long time, but we still had a pretty successful year as far as boat sales and service when we were allowed to be open. And we ended up doing all right on slips, even though we had a few people decided they might get out of boating for a while, but we replaced those with new customers. I think the community views us as a reputable, good business now, with responsive personnel that we try to handle things as quickly as we can.
You know, the number of people that come down here and sit on their houseboat, but they sit on top in their lounge chairs with their crew. They can see over the seawall. They can see the barge traffic. They can see the bridge, the lights of the bridge. They can see what's going on. That's their own river view right here. That's worth every dollar. It's worth that to have that view and that relaxation. Okay, that's what it comes down to. I mean, I think going forward, you know, as the riverfront program improves, it brings more people to the riverfront. You got to walk here. It brings more people by this direction. We do rent bikes here, which isn't a big part of it, but here gives more exposure, which we're talking about, to the marina. I do think building a deck out here and putting just some tables and some umbrellas.
I think our service business can always grow. It's grown quite a lot this year. It's not uncommon, of course, when you need your boat, that's when boats break. It's not uncommon for us to have a 4 or 6 week waiting period to get your boat in. So, we've added another tech this year. We're able to speed that up. So I can see where we could service more boats, sell more boats, but sales and service, that can continue to grow, no problem at all.
A lot of people, I think, realize there's more in life than just working all the time and sitting around and doing chores. It's time to get outside, get off your phone, get off the video games, and it's time to get outside and get back to our roots.